Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Hadiqa Maqsood and I talk about study skills, scholarships, studying abroad opportunities, and some study tools including AI. Today I'm doing 5,000 subscribers Q&A. I've already reached 7,500, which is amazing, and this video is a little late because I had a toothache. But here we are, and I would love to answer all your questions that you have asked me on YouTube and Instagram, and we'll go through them one by one, and I'm really hoping they're helpful for you and others as well. But first, I would like to say thank you so much for watching my content, enjoying it, and actually appreciating the hard work that is put behind all of this. That keeps me going, and I would love to hear what other topics do you have in mind that I can make videos on, and it will be beneficial and helpful for you. All right, let's get started. So the first question we have is, how can we use Notion in research, thesis, and papers? I so much recommend using tools, especially now, AI tools for your studies and your research work. I use Notion a lot and for everything. And I say that you can use Notion for all of your research work. You can actually design your whole research on Notion. Let's do a quick template, shall we? This is my Notion page, and what I have here is an example page. So let's go ahead and give it a heading, Dissertation Draft 1. Now what you should start by doing is, let's say we need to have a page, and every page can be a chapter. So chapter 1, Introduction. And then you can start building your chapter here, and you can have headings. For example, heading 1, which would be the big heading. You can start by saying background. Then you can have a second heading. I'm just going to say duplicate and then change the heading. Let's say I'm just going to write introduction again, but here is how you will start developing your skeleton. Then here, let's go back to dissertation draft 1. I can just create a duplicate and I can write chapter 2, and we will call this literature review. And then we'll change the headings accordingly. Now, let's go ahead and show you the best part about why to use this, because you can do this on a doc as well. You can ask AI to improve your writing, check your grammar, make the passage longer or shorter, change the tone of the language, make it more professional or make it more friendly, just the way you like it. Then comes attachments. Notion is integrated with so many other tools. PDF, here you can embed a PDF. You can have Google Drive. So if you have anything resting in Google Drive, just link it, attach it here, and then it will save you so much time. You can also attach an image. Then we have Miro, which is like a whiteboard tool. It's amazing. First, have the skeleton, have your pages ready. Then start putting in all the cream in that cake, where you have your PDFs and your images and graphs and tables in it. And eventually you will have a very good version of your dissertation. Last but not the least, you can also share this document with your professor or your other colleagues. Just send the link to the professor and he would be able to see that Notion page of yours. Another good part is that you can work on it anytime you want, because if you download the Notion app, if you have it on your web, you can work on your dissertation from any device at any given time, and it will all get synchronized. That was a brief of how you can actually use Notion, but maybe I'll make a full video and share a template with you as well. Let me know if you need that. Moving on to the next question. Do we have to choose a specific major for master's and PhD, or is it better to choose one general, one like computer science, for example? I want to break this question down into two parts, master's and PhD. So I would like to say that for masters, you should go for a general one. Let's say go for masters in computer science. Within that period, do computer science and keep open mind to explore a lot of other options and a lot of other fields and disciplines within the same field or across multiple disciplines. I think masters is the time where you should not restrict yourself to a very specific niche, because that's too early and there might be something more in other disciplines or within the same field in other branches that you would like. So go with a general idea, do a general major, and then explore further courses. Once you get into that, you would be able to see what is your interest, if it has changed, if it has developed. Do you want to integrate two different interests and get that into master's thesis? And I think that's the best advice I can give, and that would make the most sense, especially for masters. But when it comes to PhDs, PhD is already a specialized degree. People would rely on you and they would understand that you know very well of that one particular niche or one topic. So with the PhD, you need to have a very specified major. For example, computer science is quite general, but if you just dig deep into what part of machine learning do you want to do in your PhD, now that particular thing will be your niche. And I think in PhD, you should focus on that. But again, I would recommend while you're doing your coursework during PhD, go and explore 1 to 2 different courses. Go for maybe a course in entrepreneurship or business management or social sciences. You would be amazed to see how you can integrate one topic with your niche. All right, next question. How do you prepare for a scholarship? I already have a couple of videos on how to prepare for a scholarship or what you can do to work on your application. I'm going to share the links here, but overall I can tell you that start early. You need to at least start preparing for that application 1 year earlier than the deadline. First, look at your overall profile. What is your current standing? What's your resume? And then be critical and see the gaps. There will always be some gaps and there's always some window for you to improve on. So have that 1 year to work on those gaps and to improve your profile further and further. That could also be maybe publishing a research paper or presenting at a conference, starting a project, whatsoever. Then comes the application itself. A lot of scholarship applications require you to write essays. There could be from 150 words to 750 words of essay. So I would recommend you to start working on that, because that is one thing which makes you and your application stand out and different from the other applicants. And I hope I have answered this question. Next, do you know any fully funded master's scholarship for studying international relations? I've been searching for one such since 2021. Somebody help me out. Sabila, any scholarship will have the option for you to study international relations. I'm not sure why you haven't figured out one yet, but if you want to go and study in the US, Fulbright scholarship will be very much there for you to study international relations. If you want to study in the UK, there is a Rhodes scholarship, there is Oxford, there is Commonwealth. If you want to study anywhere in Europe, there's Erasmus Mundus. Then you also have AusAid, which is for Australia. So there are definitely some scholarships which are very specific to, let's say, STEM courses, but generally you would find a lot of them who are open to any field. Next question is from Safa. She says, guide me about the CERN internship and how to ace international internships after undergraduate. Let's talk about how to ace at internships. I would say you need to plan, prepare, and have the dedication. And internship is something where it's your starting point to get into the market. So you need to do some extra work. I will give you a couple of points here. The first one is do the research. You need to find out what organizations or companies you're targeting and do research on all of them. By research, I mean study who the people are, study about those who are working there for a while. You need to study their projects, what they have been working on, how they get the projects. Second, networking. You need to build your professional networks. So talk to the alumni, tell them that you're interested in internship, and just start building your conversation. During your internship, I would also recommend you to keep the connection going, because that will further help you in your future. Intercultural exchange. Now that is something I would recommend you to focus on as well. In an international internship, you are going to another country which is foreign to you, and it would definitely be different in its culture. You have to be open-minded, respectable, and adaptable to their working style and to their culture. Study their etiquettes, study the norms that are there. It might sound a little harsh, but give your extra time and hours. If the internship is for 6 months, you need to make the most out of it. How you can do that is to give your time to the potential that you have. Work with your colleagues, create that network. Also work with the locals, talk to the locals, indulge. The idea is for you to see yourself different after those 6 months. You have asked another question, which is about Global Link research internships, and you're in the 6th semester. So that's too early. You're in the 6th semester. It seems like that you won't have your degree ready at that point. I would recommend you to start building your profile and the network that I just talked about and be ready for the next one. Then we have another question from Javeria, and she says that she wants to apply to FLTA but thinking Fulbright Masters come PhD is best. I have done my Masters correspondence in India. Am I eligible for pursuing PhD or do I have to do Master's regular mode? Question 2, can I pursue both Master's PhD on Fulbright scholarship? Okay, I'm not sure what you mean by Master's correspondence, but I think it seems like it's different from the regular Master's. See the years of education that you already have, including the Master's that you have done. You can always get an equivalence certificate for your own degree, the previous one, and if that's authentic, it's from a verified institute, it should be counted. It's your year or years of education. And then choosing to do another master's or choosing to do a PhD is absolutely your choice. It all comes down to how your profile is. If it is strong enough, this master's we're talking about could be an additional qualification. Fulbright only gives you opportunity to study for one degree. So no, you will not be doing a master's followed by a PhD. You can only do a master or a PhD. So that's your choice. And if you're still not sure about that degree, you can contact the program officer of the Fulbright Scholarship Program, and there will be someone within your city or your country. Just drop them an email, or better, if you can go and visit their office and talk to them about it, they would be happy to help you and give you a very correct answer. So I think these were all the questions I had. I hope I've covered them in the most comprehensive manner that I can. Give a thumbs up if you like this video, and for my next one, keep watching. Thank you. Bye.